The pizzeria was dark, without a window in sight. The party room took on a new atmosphere in this time of night. A place once filled with joy and cheers was nothing more than a dingy row of tables. Gray walls, checkered floors, and multicolored decor stared at one another in silence. The large, brown wooden stage up front held a colorful cast of characters. A bear as brown as a cocoa bean, a bunny that was blue like an ocean's waves, and a chicken more yellow than the most radiant sun. Another wooden stage stood on the other side of the room. It was smaller and covered by beautiful purple curtains. The curtains had snow-white stars plastered across their bodies. Behind those curtains stood a red fox. He wore tan shorts, and below them were his bare metal legs. One of his yellow eyes was covered by a pitch-black eye patch. He stood on his stage, with not a single sign of life. It then lifted. The eye patch flew upwards, allowing the fox to see things as clear as day. He shifted his head, then looked around as he hung his jaw open. With his hook for a hand, he punctured a hole into one of the hanging fabrics and pushed it open. He surveyed his surroundings and focused his attention to his source of light. It was coming from a hallway. Humming a cheerful tune, the fox slowly walked its way out of its cove and towards the open corridor. With its artificial eyelids, it blinked. It then positioned its legs. The crimson animal left and moved its legs faster than the speed of sound. The silver feet clanged onto the black and white tiles step by step. If he had a tongue, he would have panted louder than a volcanic eruption. If he had a heart, it would pound faster than a moving bullet. Yet the creature had none of these things, leaving only the sounds of its quickly pattering feet. There was a door at the end of the hall. Out the open threshold blasted the only brightness in the entire building. Just as the canine reached the elusive doorway, the heavy iron door crashed down. The entrance had been sealed. The gate had been closed. The fox curled his mechanic fingers into a ball. With his fist and his hook, he banged loudly at the door. He pounded and he pounded. He punched and punched, every impact creating a deep chime that ran throughout the entire establishment, maybe even a little farther. The fox then stopped. The rage-filled animal slithered his way back to his little stage, his tiny cove. He grabbed onto the velvet drapes and closed them. He closed them, just like the metal door had been closed on him. He stood there, as still as a statue. One could argue that he was nothing but a moving statue. His soul was scrambled with various feelings. There was anger, sadness, confusion, and pain. Not much could be made in his thick head, but one thing remained prevalent. Get through the door. He must make it inside that room. He must reach the light. He continued his frozen stasis, planning his next move, plotting his next strike. He would wait and find the perfect timing. He would make it in next time. He was sure of it, because in his mind, there was nothing else he could do.